where's my ratchet set? Ratchet set. No. Ratchet set. Ratchet. No. Ratchet. No, that ain't it. Ratchet set. Oh, here we go. Here. Oh, that ain't it either. Ah, where is everything in here? It's just all cluttered. I have no room for nothing. Hey YouTube, this is Jared with Independent Homestead with you, and today I'm going to go through my toolbox. Have you ever had a problem where you just couldn't find the tools you wanted, or you knew they were in there but they're under a whole bunch of other tools, and then when you dig them out from underneath the other tools and everything is just a mess? Yeah, I get that. I've had a lot of problem with that before, and quite frankly, it just drives me nuts. So today I'm going to show you guys how I organized my truck toolbox. For starters, I will show you it is a Tractor Supply toolbox. It is a very deep toolbox, and I'll show you why in a minute. So let's get started. Alright everybody, so I'm going to show you what's in my toolbox. So we'll start from right to left. Over here I've got a full ratchet and wrench set. It doesn't go as high as sometimes I need. It goes up to 5/8 and 13 millimeter on the metric side, but it does what it needs to do. And that came as a kit, so I didn't really have to do much with that. I have a spare strap. Got it for Christmas. Figured it might come in handy. We got a multi-purpose tool here from Stanley. I think it has come in very handy several times as a pry bar and as a hammer. Then I have an actual Stanley pry bar. Again, comes in very handy. This is a diesel truck, so I do have diesel 911. So it, for anybody that is not from cold areas of the U.S., it is for keeping your diesel from gelling up in the winter, keeping your fuel, or actually it's after your fuel does gel up, then you can add that in there and it ungels it, for layman's terms, so that my truck will start again. I have a fire extinguisher. It's a dry chem ABC extinguisher, so I'm not doing any kitchen fires in here. Other than that, it should cover whatever I want. This guy I got, I thought was awesome, so I figured I would share it with you. So this thing holds all the little stuff that can go everywhere. It organizes it, and then whenever I need it, I've got it. You pull on this little tab. You've got all your individual little electrical pieces and screws and bolts and everything that you need. What also is nice is they detach with a belt clip, so you can take it off, put it on your person, put this back in the box. The next thing that I did, when I was trying to organize it, trying to figure out what would make the most sense, how could I get to everything, I went with all these bags. And with these bags, they're all a MOLLE bag. Here, I'll get this is a tow strap, very large tow strap. But I wanted to find some way that everything was labeled, so I got these MOLLE packs. They all come with a Velcro, the female Velcro side, and then all you have to do is order these, you know, online, and they make them and have them shipped to you. So on the back side of this is also MOLLE webbing, so you can attach it to any other pack or anything if you needed. That wasn't really my intention, but it is possible. It also comes with a shoulder strap. Again, I've never used that, but so that's why it's kind of just tied up in the back. So to show you some of the stuff, this is drill and drill bits. So I've got, these have seen better days. But I've got drill bits, I've got more drill bits, spare battery, drill, and I've got the attachments so I can use any of my ratchets sockets for my drill. Alright, so in this bag it says jumper cables. Inside I've got several different hitch pins, locking and non-locking. I've got a brush to clean battery terminals with. I've got the jumper cables themselves. Here are the keys for the locking pin. And that's about it, along with a collapsible tire iron. That's really all you need in that one. Then next is straps. They're not all that easy to do one-handed. Anyway, sorry about that, buddy of mine. Then in here, I've got a bunch of Snap-on ratchet straps. Being Snap-on versus being anything else, not a big deal as long as you check out the weight rating. I just got them because they were on sale. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and that's all I have in there, so that I don't get a bunch of other stuff mixed in with those, because that can be a pain in the butt. Next I have electrical bag. Now you saw in the plastic case that I have all of my electrical connections and stuff in there, the small stuff to keep it organized. So then in here, and if I can get these open one-handed, I have a bunch of tie downs, cable ties, whatever you want to call them. Got a bunch of heat shrink, different sizes, you can see on there. More cable ties, longer cable ties. I have electrical tape, duct tape, more electrical tape. I have 2 spools of wire. This one is 16 gauge. And this one is also 16 gauge. One is red, one is black. Positive from negative. I have these strippers. I think these things are awesome. You put the wire right in the middle and it strips it all for you. It's so smooth. Extra wire. And on this side here I have more heat shrink. I have more cable ties. I don't know if you've ever worked on a Ford radio. These are those little tools that take out a Ford radio. I have a upholstery tool for all those little clips that are on vehicles, and then I have a multi screwdriver with the different tips. And I knew I had them in here somewhere. I have some cutters. So that is basically all that is in the electrical bag. If you think of more things that I maybe am missing or whatever, I'm sure a lot of this stuff has been added as I go. So as I need something, I realize I don't have it, then I add it. This one here just says hand tools. So it's miscellaneous hand tools that don't have a specific use, but are very handy to have. So this, I got a tape measure, a whole assortment of really nice set, actually I got for Christmas, of Milwaukee screwdrivers. I have a couple sets of pliers. There's another one, and those are all Christmas as well, actually. And then a big old wrench. On the sides, I have rope in there. I've got a torpedo level and a knife, razor blade knife. So that is it for the hand tools. Now this here, I did not get a labeled bag because I already had this bag, so why spend more money when I don't have to? This guy, is what I use for pulling people out in the winter. Northern Illinois, winters get bad, people get stuck. This thing is an all aluminum block, so it's a lot lighter than it looks actually, with a huge heavy steel clevis. Then in here I have a tow rope, and then I have different size of clevises for pulling people out. You can see some of these are 1/2 inch, some of these are 3/4. And then I have a big log chain in the bottom of this. If you've ever used snatch straps, if you are pulling something too heavy and they snap, they break, they come flying back and they damage your tailgate, they damage whatever's in their path. So if you're planning on pulling something really heavy out of the ditch, I'm not gonna say I've tried a semi with these, but something to where you know that the strap might break, you go to a chain, because even if the chain breaks, it just drops. It doesn't have any kinetic energy and fly back. Now the last thing, and part of the reason for all of this organization, is I'm a volunteer fireman, and I keep all my gear with me, because if you can't tell, I live out in the country. So getting to the station takes 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 minutes, depending on the day. And by that time, all the trucks are gone. Everybody's already taken off. So I go straight to scene. And then my problem with this was that all of my tools were getting mixed in with my fire gear. So I wanted to get bags for my tools and a big bag for my fire gear. I get it. I got camo instead of bright red for fire, but that's because I like camo. I thought it looked pretty cool. So I can show you that real quick. Now the old bag that I had, it's bright red, it's hanging on the wall in the garage, but it was a front load bag. So with a front load bag, I'd have to take the bag out completely, open it up from the side, and then get all my gear out. This, I don't even have to take out of the truck. So alright, get that out of the way. Okay, so here is my gear, here's my jacket, and then the rest of the gear in here is kind of set in there. Helmet, I've got my mask, and then the bunkers here, if I pull my gloves out of this boot, and I pull my gloves out of that boot, I can actually step right into my gear and pull them up like suspenders, all the way up and over my shoulders, and then I just have to put my jacket and helmet on. So the goal was making it faster, more efficient, and clean. So now my tools and stuff are not getting tangled up in my gear, and I go to gear up and I've got wrenches and whatnot falling out of my pockets, or it's tied up in webbing or pull straps, or whatever. So this is what I did to organize my box. I'm sure I'm still missing stuff. I have occasionally needed a tarp when I don't have it and stuff like that, so I'm sure it'll get added. But this, for the most part, is how I organized it. Any comments or questions of anything that I have, please feel free to comment below, and I'll try and get to them and answer them as fast as I can, and with maybe the proper links or whatever for getting whatever, if you wanted to get whatever I have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe. There will be more content to come. Hit like if you like the video. Again, any comments that you have or anything that maybe I'm missing out of my truck that would help me out in the long run, that'd be great. And you guys have a good day.